Hello, William Carr and Associates. My name is Luke Smith, and on this fine Monday morning, I'd like to present a cash offer to purchase your Mrs. Winters building that you guys got listed. I've been watching this thing for a while. I've been watching it. I've been databasing it. I've been working on other properties, and I haven't got to this one until today. And so I'm happy to be working on this one and looking at it. Um, William has contacted me numerous times pointing this one out, and I keep saying I'm gonna, and now I'm here. And so, thank you, William, for following up numerous times with me about this building. So, I like to work on these kinds of buildings because I'm coming from a land background. That's who I am and what I've done in the past. I've bought lots of properties all across the country, mostly land, vacant land, and sold them to the likes of, or bought them from the likes of Waffle House, one of the neighbors here. I've done trades with Waffle House. And this used to be a Bojangles, and their sign is kind of off the screen there, but it's still a Bojangles sign hanging over the top of this Mrs. Winters. So I've done deals with Bojangles in the past. Um, I like these kinds of brand name properties. I like high traffic retail properties. I got more and more of a passion and taste for them over time, doing all kinds of different land trade. Thousands of properties I've traded across the country. Lots of happy buyers, lots of happy sellers, a couple not so happy. If you look at comments and look me up on the internet or in YouTube or other social media, you find lots and lots of history of happy customers and one or two not so happy ones. What's a good business without a one or two? I try to make everybody happy, but it doesn't work. Um, so this building, I like this building because it's on the corner. We got the freeway over here. If you go this way and around the corner, you've got an awesome McDonald's and Taco Bell and Captain D's and Zaxby's and a KFC, and the list goes on and on. Like good bunch of good neighbors down the street here. And this is on the corner before you get to those guys that are doing really good business. And this building was built in 2017. I heard it recently got robbed and that somebody stole the copper and the pipes and stuff. I mean, I've had that happen to me on numerous properties in the past too. I was just telling my sister about that, and she says, I thought that only happens in Detroit. That's where we've been robbed of, furnaces and water heaters, and like that happens in lots of places. So it's just part of it, right? It happens. So I'd like this building because of some of the neighbors, and I wanted to jump into that and explain that. I pulled this up. This is from my database. I got couple different flyers over time as the marketing has changed throughout the history of the listing on this thing. I keep watching the database, and I like data. I'm a data guy, and I study a lot of data, and maybe you'll get that impression out of me over time as I keep talking. This was a listing recently on Crexy. It looks like you went through the auctions. I like selling properties to the Crexy auctions too. That's like my eject button. When they don't work, I could put them in there and you get rid of a lot of properties for me at some price, right? But this one didn't go at the Crexy auctions, and so it's still there, still vacant, still looking for someone like me to make it happen. That's my opinion. So let's see. I pulled this traffic up. So I got traffic. I'm talking about data. Here's the building here. We got the freeway to the north. We got Walmart up here. We got McDonald's and KFC and Zaxby's and Captain D's and Arby's and other names over here going off, doing lots of business. But to get to those names, most of the people are coming around the corner right by this property, like right here by it, before they go over there. They're driving by us. And why that should be us, right? Like one of those names. So if I pull this up with some brand names in the background, here we are over here again. We've got Wendy's across the street. So here's the property. Here's Wendy's across the street. When we were looking at that video, there's the Waffle House right there as well. Or looking at the background before. This Wendy's, I talked to the people in those Wendy's. I thought it was kind of funny. The people that ended up buying this Wendy's were the name of their company was POS Properties LLC. Someone with a sense of humor, right? Hopefully they'll bulldoze that thing someday. It looks like needs some work. They bought it for $200,000 for that Wendy's. Wendy's moved out and they moved up the street here across from well, if I pull it, the Walmart that's over there. Yeah, it's a Walmart building. So Wendy's moved over here. This Burger King's doing really good business, like 91 percentile Burger King. The shops on this side of the street didn't seem to be doing as great business. The ones over here seem to be doing a little bit better, connected into the Walmart parking lot. Chick-fil-A is just right up here. But down here, where this building is, right there at the corner as it goes around the corner. This McDonald's is like top 10 percentile McDonald's. The Taco Bell and the KFC, they're top 25%. A lot of these are top 25%. The Captain D's is like a 94 percentile Captain D's. The McDonald's was a 90 percentile. Taco Bell 87 percentile. Some really good numbers in some of these shops here. I think the Domino's was doing really good numbers too. I forget off the top of my head what it was, but some really good numbers. And people are passing this empty building to get to these shops. Like there should be some name that goes here that does really well. So I started studying and looking, and I looked at the history of this thing, and it looked like the Bojangles was only open, the building was built in 2017, and looking at records and stuff. And then the traffic, the cell phone traffic going to the building took off for Bojangles in October, November, and the first couple days of December. Like they didn't even make it out of the gate, like maybe halfway through September. It's like 2.5 months the thing was open before they went out of business. There's got to be a story behind that. Just seeing it in the data, like, geez, they didn't get a chance to try. So looking at who goes here, who makes sense in this market. Now, Raising Cane's came up really well, and Raising Cane's fits this size property. It's just maybe a hair small for Raising Cane's, but I think they fit this size property. And I pull Raising Cane's out of that list because they pay the most rent out of all the different names that come up that go here. I'm using Raising Cane's as an example. I'm looking at frequent co-tenants of these things, and it's McDonald's. They got 328 McDonald's that Raising Cane's is next to. Chick-fil-A, they're next to 289 Chick-fil-A's. They like locations between McDonald's and Chick-fil-A, looking at the data. And put a Raising Cane's right between McDonald's and Chick-fil-A on the corner. This looks like a good convergence of people and traffic and kinds of consumers that go on this property. And I say a Raising Cane's, I picked them out of the list because they can pay the most rent. They've got the highest average unit sales out of all the different names that statistically fit to go into this building. And I like the ones that have the highest average unit sales because they can pay the most rent, and I like to offer them to lease this building. So I like to target them. I like to target the franchisees that might want to add on the second, the fifth, the 50th location, wherever they're at in the lineup. And I like to offer it to the developers a couple different ways. And the developers, I might be able to get a developer to take it up and run with it that puts that brand in here. And I like to offer it to the corporate name that might trickle down to the franchisees or the developers or new ones coming in that might want to take this location and run with it. So I like to hit them in a couple different angles. I like to hit them over the phone, and I like to hit them through the mail. I have sent, the last couple years, especially the last 2 years, on average, over 50,000 mailers a month, direct mail marketing, doing different kinds of real estate transactions. And lots of that mail is looking for tenants for buildings like this. And when I send those mailers out, they call. They call because I offer them the financing to move them in. I offer them a bunch of this kind of information about the property that's direct marketing to them and why they go there above everybody else. And I pitch it to them, and when one of them wants to go for it, I come back to you and I say, I'm ready to go. I want to close. How fast can we close? And make it happen. That's why I'm asking for time in this offer that I'm presenting to you. So I'm presenting the offer. It's a cash offer, but I'm asking for some time to do this kind of marketing that I like to do, to go tackle tenants, to put them in here and make it happen. And right after the purchase of the property with you. And so that's why I'm asking for time, and that's the why of this video. So if you're interested in this offer, please let me know. If anyone else out there watching this video is interested in financing deals like this out into the future, I'm always working on different ones and doing this same kind of marketing to find tenants for buildings like this. And I'll put the address of this building in Montgomery, Alabama in the description of this video. If you want to look at it, you're looking at examples, you're looking at it out into the future and seeing what's going on later on or whatever. It'll be there, as well as my contact information if you want to get involved in future deals like this with me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. This is Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. See you in the next one.